Hello, everybody, and welcome to something that I haven't done in a while, which is commentating live for you guys. Thanks for everybody who's actually tuned into the Twitch. I don't know how many people are here. It's not telling me. Is it telling you? Actually,
No.
as I'll do that, I'll introduce who I'm commentating with, and it's Fisi Fan.
Yay! I've obviously been doing the first 4 races in terms of commentary on my own Twitch.
Little plug
weeks,
there, so
but,
go follow. Fucking hell, I was like 10 seconds into it, mate. But okay, no worries.
Yeah. And now we're actually going onto the track. So, Matt, it's raining. What the fuck?
Is it?
It is.
Sorry, I wasn't looking. I was looking at the Twitch stream. It is raining, in fact, so I'm going to pop it on poll. And then I have to retire, obviously. But right, let me. I need to. So I'm not going to retire, and I'm going to stay in the garage. So, guys, how it's going to work for qualifying is that I'll stay in the garage and look at the sector times, and Fizzy will be out on track watching. Won't you, Fizzy?
I will. I will retire from the session, jump into the commentary box. But first of all, actually, before we go, I'm just going to do my usual thing of going through the results from the previous race and the standings going into this 5th race of
please do, because I need that for my information as well, because I haven't watched any of this. I'll be honest with you, I have not followed it in the slightest, but I have been told that TRI Martin won the last 4 races.
He did. He's won the first 4 races of the season, and he's got a pretty commanding lead in the championship, as we'll see in a second. So yeah, he won the last race in Bahrain by 6.1 seconds ahead of Limitless, who had a quite frustrating race. Well, certainly the qualifying was frustrating. He started in 7th and then made his way back up, but could not touch Martin in the end. Yi as well, the Italian, got his first podium of his AOR career ahead of Libot and Brošek. And then we can have a quick look at the standings, the driver standings. After the first 4 races, with Martin on a massive 100 points, 31 points down to Limitless, who has had a 3rd place and then 3 second places in a row. And then as a further 17 down to Brošek and then 12 down to Unleashed. Yi still leading kind of best of the rest in 5th place there ahead of Libot, and then Lest F1 down on 9 points in 7th.
Interesting.
So, Matt,
that's a lot of information.
There's a few new drivers.
Yeah, that's a lot of information for everybody who hasn't been following it to have a look at there, the Drivers' Championship, so that's interesting to see. TRI Martin coming out the blocks like absolutely no tomorrow by the looks of things. Not something that I'm used to seeing anyway. Usually Martin was maybe just a tiny bit, not usually off the pace, but never as consistent as Limitless. But he's definitely brought it to Limitless this time round in Season 10, and obviously everyone thinking that Limitless was going to be the outright favourite, and Martin's come out and been a bit of a surprise. But guys, if you can, go and retweet what I've just put out on my Twitter at xMattyG, which is to come watch AOR Round 5 and the Twitch channel, just so that everybody who could possibly be interested in this stream is going to be watching. But as you can see, everyone is out on track at the moment. Wet is the theme of this qualifying, isn't it, Fizzy? And right now, what I'm seeing on the sector times is that Brošek has set the fastest first sector, but I've only seen 3 at the moment put in. So Brošek 1/10 faster, actually 2/10 faster than Martin's first sector. So Brošek at the moment with the purple first sector.
Yeah, I'll try to find Brošek then out on track. Obviously, for the people who don't know, it's actually it's my view of the game that is being streamed onto your channel right now. So yeah, it's kind of me controlling the cameras right now that you're seeing. So I'll try to find Brošek, just basing it on your information, and we are on board with it now in the final sector. Obviously got that nasty chicane to navigate now, and I don't know if you're seeing the tires there, Matt, on the timing screen.
No, it doesn't say which tyres. But what I do want to just quickly point out is that TSR Unleashed actually is on a much better lap than Brošek, about a 10.5 up, as Brošek sets a 21.8 to take provisional pole position. But Unleashed, if he has a good last sector, could possibly get himself up there. Orbit Pride actually only just behind, a 10th behind Brošek. But no, TSR Unleashed, 21.2. And that is a pole by over half a second, having a great last sector. And TSR Unleashed then almost coming under pressure from Martin, but Martin coming in 2nd place with a 21.3.
You got Limitless as well, coming towards the line right about now with a 21 flat to go pole provisional
21
now.
Flat with a 28.6 in the final sector, 2/10 quicker than anyone else in the field. And, well, Martin not particularly showing maybe his outright pace straight away, but Limitless definitely putting the gauntlet down.
Absolutely, and that's what he will be wanting to do. Obviously, all the drivers out on intermediate tires right now. It's the first wet qualifying, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we've had any wetness so far this season. It's the first kind of taste of wet weather that the drivers are feeling, and yeah, Limitless needs to go on pole, to be honest, because he needs to claw some points back on Martin after the first 4 races.
I just want to concentrate now on Yi 22, who set the fastest first sector of anybody by over 0.2 of a second. His middle sector did not come up as purple, so he's probably in the last sector at some point if you've caught him, but I don't know where you are at the moment, Fisi. But I think he's just set a time, actually. He's gone pole, actually, a 20.9. Yi 22 taking pole position by just over 0.1 of a second. That first sector really was where he made most of the time up. A 22.1, as I said, 0.2 quicker than anybody else. And a pretty solid last sector as well. It wasn't purple, but he's taken pole position.
That's good news. Obviously, quite frustrating for me with the cameras, just trying to navigate through everyone to find the right driver to look for, because it takes absolute ages to navigate through. So on board with his teammate right now, NLR Evo, coming towards the end of his not his first lap, actually his second lap. He's had a P11 from his first attempt, and now he goes only one position up to P10 for that man who had a pretty solid debut. I'm trying to think now. Was it China or Malaysia he debuted in? I think it was China.
Yeah, don't ask me.
From the back. Yeah. Either way, he's a guy potentially to look out for, but so far qualifying's not really gone his way.
Yeah, so obviously I kind of feel like Ted Kravitz in the pits at the moment, because I can't see anything going on. All I can see is the timing screens. But obviously right now everybody on their in-laps coming in for another fresh set of... Are they on intermediate tyres at the moment or full wets?
They are all on intermediates.
They're on intermediates. Okay, so if I just run down the order of where everyone is at the moment. So we've got, apart from Yi, who's the only man in the 1-minute 20s, we have from second all the way down to 12th place, all in the 121s, ranging from obviously the load 121.096 from Limitless, all the way down to 12th, which is a 21.9 from Orbit. So quite close at the moment in terms of qualifying. I mean, I'm not expecting the 10th, 11th and 12th kind of area to improve as much as the second, but it could change quite a lot in the mid-pack. And Martin actually especially has to be quite careful being down in 4th place with a 121.398. So that's over 0.4 off pole, but could easily find himself maybe around where Limitless was in that 7th place region if he doesn't improve.
Yeah, absolutely, and you have to wonder if the weather's going to improve at all, or if it's going to get worse, because that's kind of the big variable right now. If it's going to get worse, then it'll be hard for these guys to improve. But you never know. The weather might improve as well, meaning we'll see the best laps towards the end of the session.
Definitely. Well, I'll keep an eye out on the sector times that come in. I think Martin's on a lap at the moment. He hasn't really set the world alight either on this lap. 0.3 off in the first sector and another 10th off in the middle. So he's not really going to challenge not only pole position, but actually his own time as well, unless he does a manic last sector, which we have seen in real life Formula One. Obviously, when Lewis Hamilton that time at Silverstone decided to stop in the last sector, thinking he couldn't improve. But
Martin on the outlap actually, but it's just about to start.
Okay, thanks Codemasters. Cheers, Codemasters. Thanks a lot telling me that he's on a lap. So Martin's not on a lap. Ignore me. But
he's starting one right now.
He's starting one right now. Fantastic. So everybody is probably about to start their second flying lap of this session. And as I say, I will keep an eye. I think Broshek is on a lap, unless Codemasters is lying to me as well. And he is 0.2 off in the first sector compared to Yi's pole position time. So it's showing that the conditions are still kind of in that area where you can improve, but right now not seeing any purple sectors, Fizzy.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I'm just on board with Taylor Martin now. We're just going to follow him around for a lap, because I know it can be a bit annoying when I'm just constantly switching cameras between the drivers. Well,
some information actually. Martin's a 10th off in that first sector compared to Yi, although Limitless actually has matched Yi's first sector time, so depending on whether Martin's actually doing pretty well in this middle sector, it might be worth following Limitless.
Alright, well, is he behind Martin?
Yeah, he is,
God, a very slow car. So,
Martin, 0.4 quicker in the middle sector. You need to stay with Martin, who is flying at the moment and may well take pole position here if he continues like this in the last sector.
Yeah, we're on board with him in the last sector right now. He's looking pretty nice and steady.
I think the conditions are... Sorry, Fizzy, I think the conditions are getting better, because Orbit Price just put himself in 3rd place with a 21.1.
Oh, that's impressive. Yeah, that might well be the conditions getting better as Martin now coming around the final flat-out corner. Let's see what he can do then. He definitely improves up to 20.2. That's a lot faster. And he retires from the race.
Unbelievable. I mean, I'm surprised he's retired, actually. That is a very surprising decision. I mean, he has set a... Well, I don't know what his last sector was like, but that was half a second quicker than anybody else so far in this race, in this qualifying session.
Limitless gone P2 with a 0.9, and that's 7/10.
Yeah, and he lost all of that time in the last sector, pretty much. That's crazy. So Martin with a 28.2, absolutely mental lap from him, but very, very strange. Well, from my sort of driving perspective, to retire 5 minutes at the before the end of the session, because you could easily get another lap in.
That's the thing, though. Martin has he's had a tendency to do that all season in the qualifying, get a lap in relatively early in the session and then retire, because he probably thinks he won't improve. Although on this occasion, it might be a bit dangerous if the track is actually drying up, which we don't really know, but it would, those times improving would suggest that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it would probably seem quite commonsensical for Martin, who's just improved by over a second, to stay in this session, but I don't know what the race is saying. Actually, that might be a good idea to check what the race. It's going to be raining in the race as well. That's odd. It says for qualifying there's a 0% chance of rain, so it definitely is going to improve. So I don't know why maybe he's retired thinking he can save his intermediate tyres for the race, but there's no sort of guarantee that it won't be wet tyres for the race, because it's a 69% chance of rain, 21 degrees, and it definitely is showing a cloud with lots of raindrops. So it is going to be raining in the race, which is going to be quite interesting for us, you have to say. And just having a look back at the times now, I'm not seeing anybody going hugely fast. Lest F1's on a pretty reasonable lap at the moment, about half a second off Martin's pole time at the moment, which could put him in second place if he puts in a really good last sector. So I don't know if you can find Lest F1, but he might be towards the end of his lap. He'd
probably be done with the lap by the time I find him to him. So I'm going to stay on board with E, and you can keep me updated.
No problem.
With what Lest.
That's fine. Yeah, no, Ye's actually set 22.1 in the first sector, which is pretty much the fastest of the session. That's a 10th faster than Martin's. At the moment. So Lest F1's gone 4th place with a 21.1, 8/10 off pole, and that's finding himself in 4th. So it is very much up for grabs, 2nd place at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like it. And he looked a little bit all over the place to that little chicane in the middle sector, and he's gone very wide through turn 9 there, touching the gravel on the outside, and that's definitely slowed him down a bit. I don't know if you can see second sector right now.
Second sector is still on par with Limitless, so he could easily still get second place. That's what I mean by the fact that the conditions are improving, and second place is well and truly up for grabs if people stay out of the gravel. But it might be his last sector. It was in the middle of the last sector, Fisi.
Yeah, he's coming through the last chicane right now, and looks pretty reasonable. Didn't use all the exit on the outside. But he's going flat through the final corner, as you'd expect, and he does a 0.8, yeah, just about ahead of Limitless. Okay,
so right now, having a look at it, Broshek was on a lap. It looks like he may well have messed up the last chicane slightly, because he's only down in 7th with a 21.1. There's 4 people on a 121.1 from 4th to 7th. So, wow. I mean, that's pretty close in itself. It's quite weird to see someone so far out in front on pole, and then seeing everybody else so close. I'm just having a look down the field. So the slowest guy at the moment is TSR Hunter Stale with a 121.9. Yeah, he's just retired as well. Obviously, he did not improve on his last lap. Let's have a look and see. Is there anybody else? No, I think everybody else is pretty much on their in-laps. Is that what you're seeing?
I'm not sure. I just saw Lest F1 going in, and I saw Orbit Pride going out. So let's see what Broshek does. Broshek goes into the
Unleashed.
pit,
actually, he's gone into 3rd place and displaced Limitless, now down to 4th. But I'm pretty sure Limitless must be on an outlap, about to start a new flying lap.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can find him. Actually, there's no one that I can see that is on a flyer. Everyone's seemingly on their outlap that haven't retired yet, because there's quite a few that have actually retired from the race already, and then won't improve. So while people are on the outlap, I'm just going to have a look at the scoreboard here for the viewers as well. So I can see what status is with everyone.
Someone just commented saying that Limitless may have retired. I don't know if I saw that or not. I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I must have missed that.
I would have missed that as well if Limitless has retired.
If so, he's not improving on his 4th place.
No, he's definitely not. Again, that means Limitless. Maybe the conditions just are a little bit too bad out there now, because I'm looking down at the sector times. Oh, no, not really. Well, I'm not seeing anything setting the world alight, that's for sure. I mean,
I'm just scoring through, and I can't find Limitless, so yeah, he might well have retired.
Yeah, it means he won't be on the track. So the only people on the track actually it's showing me is Orbit Pride, Cryo Lockdown, Leobot, Ria Harrianto, Jason, and Evo. So Evo Well, it depends if he's actually on a lap or not, because Codemasters may well be lying to me. So Orbit Prize just set a first sector, which is about 4/10 off well, 3/10 off what you'd want to be doing. So I think that's pretty much wrapping up qualifying for us. So
yeah. It's going to stay on board with Leobot now until the end of the laps. Just
actually, no. Oh, sorry, no. Leobot actually, I tell a lie, has matched Martin's first sector, and a 30 flat in the middle sector is going to put him around about where Limitless is right now, possibly about half a tenth slower. So it depends what his last sector's like. But Limitless's was nowhere near perfect. So we could find Leobot displacing Limitless for 4th place here.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's looking pretty tidy around the final sector. Obviously, I don't have the split times or anything, so I can't exactly see. He was a little bit slow on the exit out of the final chicane, a little bit too tight through the corner, but he only goes up to P8 actually. That's a little bit disappointing, I guess, considering the first 2 seconds.
Did a 28.9 actually in that last sector, which, well, to be fair, he was only 2/10 off Limitless, but his last sector was a little bit of a letdown, and Cry Lockdown's the only one on track as far as I'm aware. Or maybe someone else is.
Jason's out there
as well.
He's just come through the first sector.
And I can't see the sector times anymore anyway now, so...
Oh, great. Has he retired you, actually?
Yeah, because it's the end of the session, so...
Yeah, okay, well, I guess I'll take care of what's happening with Jason. He's halfway through the final lap, and... Yeah, there's only 2 cars left on the track now. One has just crossed the line. Let's see what Jason can do. It's looking like a pretty tidy lap, but obviously... that doesn't necessarily mean it's fast.
No. I think it's a little bit too wet out there now, from what I can see, anyway.
Yeah. Twee though, why would they say 0% chance of rain in the game?
Well, why would they? I mean, to be fair, like with this game, that was probably one of the only. Well, to be fair, I didn't really have that glitch that many times, from what I remember, anyway. But this was definitely the best game. I'm pretty sure that they've made. It was just so good to race on. I don't know what you think, Fizzy, but for me, it was actually. Hold on, I think we do have an improvement. Jason did improve to 21.4. Unfortunately, not quite enough of an improvement to fly him up the grid.
Korea's gone. Messed up that corner.
And that's his qualifying over. I think he's retiring. There you go. So, do you want to run us through the grid order for this?
Absolutely, Martin. Again, Jesus, that's a dominant pole. 0.6 of a second out of Yi. Who then he also continuing his strong run of qualifyings, yet to convert them into similarly good positions in the race, but very be happy. And then Unleashed in 3rd, Limitless down in 4th. Certainly, well, not what you would expect, but higher than last time out at least. Orbit Pride quite impressively in 5th ahead of Less F1. Those two be kind of in the lower ranges of top 10 so far this season. Crew Lockdown on his second race back is in 7th, then Leobot and Brochek, the 2 guys who have battled a lot so far this season, usually for 4th place. They are in 8th and 9th respectively, then Jason rounds out the top 10. Rio Haryanto in 11th, 1.2 seconds off pole, so he's actually quite close despite the conditions. Chris X Stars then 1.5 seconds off in 12th ahead of NLR Evo. A little bit disappointing, I guess, considering he's shown good pace recently, and Hunter Stale wraps up the field.
Excellent, thank you very much for that. I'm just on Twitch at the moment now.
Anyone saying anything funny?
Apart from Fate Goes to Pirates' straw poll that I just saw, which was what will happen in the race, and then we've got 7 options. We've got Matty calls someone a bell end, Tiro Limitless disconnects while leading the race, Tiro Martin wins, Limitless wins, Noble shows up in the GP2 car and laps the field, Yi, and then no one cuts any corners at all. Well, actually, I'm trying to do quite a professional commentary right now, so I don't think I will call anyone a bell end. So you're a bell end, Fate Goes to Pirate. There you go. I've just completely gone against what I was saying, but I've retweeted that for anyone that wants to answer Fate Goes Pirates questions, and tell anybody that is also interested in AOR to watch the race on this stream, twitch.tv/xMattyG, and I have to thank Fizzy for streaming through his computer because I'm useless. So
yeah, it was a bit of a hassle to get it.
Oh, look at this! It's dry. It's dry in the race with 69% chance of rain. Just what I like to see. So are we racing now? Then, Fizzy? Yeah, we're racing. Cool.
We are. It usually is a bit of a break between here. I don't know why. Someone usually takes quite a while to ready up. I guess.
I think
it's just wanting to make sure everyone's ready.
Yeah, I'm going to ready up and race in this one if that's all right, with my default setup and my 2 years out of this game. But I'm going to do it anyway.
Probably do reasonably.
Yeah,
well.
all right.
I'm sure you haven't forgotten the skill.
Solid points. I think would be on the cards, but
yeah. Just, oh, there's no point checking the default strategies there on this one. Obviously it says option prime for the strategy, but with 69% chance of rain, we assume it's going to start raining, and that's going to go straight out the window. I wonder if people might start on prime then, actually, and hoping the rain will come before they head for the first.
Definitely. I mean, I think with this game anyway, with the chance of rain, it kind of gave you a little bit of an inkling as to what. I think 70% of the rain will be raining. I think that race will be raining. Sorry. I think that's what it's had before anyway. I don't know how consistent it was, but yeah. So maybe it might be worth going on the prime tyres, especially for the guys maybe in the sort of mid to back, definitely the sort of back of the pack. And it'll be interesting to see what Martin goes for, because Martin seemingly has a pace advantage over everybody else, whereas Limitless, not sure what's going on with him at the moment in 4th place. Right, so we're about to begin this round 5 Spanish Grand Prix. I'm happy to be back in the commentary box. Are you, Fizzy? Well, with me at least, because obviously I've done the last 4.
It's nice to have you around. I mean, you're more pro than me when it comes to this.
Oh, shut up. Stop it. You'll make me blush. Oh, but so we'll try and retire as quickly as possible so we can get the action into turn 1. Fortunately, it's quite a long run down into turn 1, isn't it, Fizzy? So I know what needs to happen now. It's race time. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. It's xMattyG commentating with you today with Fizzy Fan 91, and it is a 69% chance of rain, which I don't usually say. And the lights are coming on now, and we are waiting for Charlie Whiting to start the sequence anytime today. Here they come. We've got 2 lights. Now we've got 3, 4, and now the final light. And it's lights out, and away we go. And I'm going to retire really quickly and hopefully get into the spectator cam quick. Okay, so now we're on board with TRL Martin. Well, from my perspective anyway, we've got Martin coming towards turn 1. Let's have a look behind him. And there is almost 3 abreast going to turn 1. What is going to happen? Red Bull was being
bit of nudging as a Red Bull wide.
That is a huge contact there. And, there's a little bit of lag for me anyway for the 3rd place driver. But Martin
as Limitless
in the lead at the moment. And he started on the option tyres. Is that correct? I'm pretty sure that's the white stripe tyre. But
it is indeed.
Yeah, so then you've got Yi in 2nd place, with Limitless not coming into any sort of issues right now, from what you have.
Battling going on for 4th, though. A Sauber Orbit Pride, side by side with what I assume is TSR and Lee's, possibly. The guy who might have been pushed off at turn 1. And an Orbit Pride hanging on to that position for now.
Yeah, I'm on board with him as well. I'm actually on board with Unleashed at the moment, who is right tucked up behind, and actually 6th place pretty close as well in the Toro Rosso. And Unleashed actually going around the outside using the rest of his curves. I'm not used to saying curves for a little while, but into the hairpin we go, and Unleashed definitely taking that 4th place, but there's a Toro Rosso coming up the inside, steaming up, and very lucky indeed to not have any sort of, well, there was a little bit of a collision, but no spinning. And actually, let's have a look at Limitless for 3rd. It looks like he is pressuring Yi quite a lot, but couldn't really get through as this is the last sector, which is very difficult to overtake. But Martin, that pace that he had in qualifying, he's not exactly pulled away too much at the moment, and this straight, Fizzy, is quite good for overtaking.
Absolutely, and I'm just trying to figure out who to kind of look for, because there's quite a bit of battling towards the back of the field, I think, as there's a bit of a gap forming between Limitless in 3rd, and it's who is he now in 4th? Is it Unleashed now in 4th, I think? And Limitless could not get a move done on that occasion, and he's hanging on pretty well to Martin, to be honest. He's within a second at least.
Yes. Well, I think what you should do, Fizzy, is maybe watch the maybe the front 3, and then I'll watch 4th, 5th and 6th that seem to be having a little... Oh my god, hold on, what's going on for 7th? There is some serious action going here. Broshek actually on 7th and has a Toro Rosso steam up his inside, and now they're side by side coming now towards his next left right hander, and their rear wheel to the front right of that Toro Rosso is still touching, and oh my days, Broshek somehow managing to keep that position. He's on the prime tyres, which are obviously the slower compound, but so is 8th place, who is, let me have a look, Cryo Lockdown. So Lockdown having some pretty decent pace in the dry. And right now, obviously, it's quite difficult for me and you to synchronise the two. But Broshek coming under a lot of pressure. And he almost compromised his line there by losing the back end. And Grog down now, looking up the inside. And now going to be side by side with this next right-hander in this last sector. Broshek hanging it around the outside, lovely, which is now going to have the inside for this last chicane. Going a little bit deep, having to cut the second part of the chicane. And Lockdown squeezing up the inside round the final corner, in fact. Nice English, Matt. And now they're still side by side going down this straight. Jesus. We're missing maybe a little bit up the front, but they were getting a little bit cheeky actually as Broshek and Lockdown up the inside into turn 1.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Far too close for my liking, Fizzy. Take over.
Oh my god, yeah, Korea still trying to squeeze through, and Broshek did not leave him much room there. He wasn't really far enough alongside her, I don't think, to be required.
Cater him up the inside!
Yeah, it is now. That would be less F1 possibly. Pretty sure, but oh my god, and Korea lockdown's dropped behind Jason as well. Damn, he's going backwards for him after challenging Broshek for 7th only a moment ago. Now he's down in 10th.
Unbelievable scenes. Limitless is up into 2nd place after all this action. He's overtaken Yi, who has fallen a little bit behind, but right now, Limitless, what he needs to do, I mean, he has lost the first 4 races to TRL Martin. How demoralising must that be? As actually I've just noticed the absolute huge gap that there is between, I'm guessing that's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So it's between 6th and 7th. There is an almighty gap, and I'm pretty sure that's the difference between the primes and the options right now, as well as some seriously hardcore racing going on. But right now, as I was just saying about Limitless's mindset, it must be quite demoralising, a little bit like the Hamilton-Rosberg thing in real life, is that, you know, Limitless, although they're not teammates, they're in the same car pretty much, it's equal cars, and Limitless, who should have, would have, could have won the last Season 9 championship, didn't. Coming into this one, obviously wanting to win a championship, and Martin's won the first 4 races.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Limitless will have been very confident going into the season, actually. You know, I'm very motivated to finally get that AOR championship that is really wanted, because I've seen him on Twitter as well. His goal was definitely to win the championship this season, but Martin just kind of put him in his place quite unexpectedly, to be honest, because it's like you said before, Martin historically in this league has been, he's quite often had the pace, but he's not had the consistency to really challenge up at the front, you know, too often. And he's, like I mentioned before, he only had 1 win in this league before this season as well.
Crazy, and he's times that by 4 now, and he's got 5 wins altogether in this league, and 4 of them being this season in the first 4 races. And it is also lap 4. As we're just having a look now, I'm just scrolling down to Orbit Pride in 6th place. It looks like the top 6 are all in on option tyres, which doesn't surprise me considering their pace. And then we have a massive train, the Broshek train, in fact. Well, actually,
is he on primes by any chance?
Yeah, Broshek is on primes, yeah. As he comes through the last chicane. And he's being followed by an option runner. It's Limitless's teammate, Jason97 F1, who I'm a little bit disappointed actually seeing him down in 8th place. He had quite a mediocre qualifying, let's put it that way.
Ooh. Limitless just passed Martin actually, up with the inside into turn 1.
Unbelievable scenes.
Just gonna jump forwards to Martin, who's trying to challenge him back down into turn 4 now. But Limitless got him covered.
Yeah, I'm on board as well now.
Didn't want to die with the inside there.
As Martin, yeah, no. So that must have been with the DRS, the power of the DRS in this Spanish Grand Prix. And Martin's now just got to keep his head. I don't know how much sort of wheel-to-wheel racing they've had before. If Martin's just had the outright pace, maybe give me a little bit of info on that, Fisi.
Yeah, not too much like super close battling. It's usually been decided on strategy. Certainly in the past few races in China, Martin's win was basically decided by him getting a massive undercut on every pit stop in that race. And then last time out, Limitless tried to go for the undercut strategy, but could not make that work because the undercut just wasn't as powerful around Bahrain as in China.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's interesting. So I'm not sure, I can't remember from history how good the undercut is here because it's been a few years, but but Martin following very closely indeed, and I wouldn't be surprised as he's saved about a quarter of his curves as well. Following
Yi pit.
Oh, it's Yi's pit already. Wow, so he's going for an undercut as it's the end of lap 5. But Martin with the DRS and using half of his curves as well now, even maybe more. No, he's saving half, and he's topped out, I think, and closed his DRS as well. So giving a little bit of a fake to maybe think, maybe try and make Limitless think he's going up the inside. Oh, Martin almost sliding off into the gravel there. Well, on my screen it was anyway. And it's going to be interesting to see where Yi comes up, because Yi was not far behind these two at all. And if these two start battling maybe in the middle to last sector, we could find ourselves with a new race leader.
Yeah, I guess this is where we'll actually see how big the undercut is around here. We'll see where Yi comes out compared to these two now. And I think also the guys in 4th and 5th also went into the pits, but unfortunately for NLR Evo, it's just disconnected from the race. That's a shame to see. Obviously, he impressed us a lot in China on his debut, with coming to 5th place from the back of the field. But yeah, not going to plan for him here today.
That's a shame. It's never good to see disconnections, no matter if it's last place or first place. You know, they come here to race, they practice sometimes during the week, and then they get let down by their connection because, well, I think this, again, is probably one of the most stable games in terms of the connections.
Which probably says a lot, because even this has its
Yeah,
faults.
oh yeah, it does. But F1 2013 is very close to my heart. As there we go, we have both of the leaders coming into the pits, and with the Caterham being slightly further up the pits, I'm not sure if that's going to have any sort of impact on. Actually, no, sorry, it's the other way around, isn't it? It's the Marussia. So so the Marussia's not going to be held. So nobody else coming. Oh no, there are a few other people coming to the pits as well.
Maybe Limitless could get held up here. Here we go. He's been held up. Limitless been jumped in the pits again.
Unbelievable. I'm not sure why. That's what I was thinking might happen as we see two cars going quite close.
I think one of them might have been Yi, actually. I think Yi might have jumped him. There was a Williams there.
Yeah,
going past the Sauber into turn 1.
It is, yeah. Yi has taken the lead. Well, the net race lead. Unless some rain comes. But right now, looking in the sky, you wouldn't think there's 69% chance of rain, would you, right now? You'd be kind of getting your deck chair out and being Fernando Alonso, if anything. So, Yi in 4th place, as we have a Toro Rosso in the gravel, who has gone off. I'm not sure who that is. Cryo Lockdown? Yes, it is indeed. So, Lockdown making a massive mistake. So we now have Yi going on the inside and basically pushing Lockdown off the track.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure. I wouldn't be happy with that, personally. It seemed, from my perspective anyway, Lockdown got just pushed straight off the track by Yi there. I don't know what Yi... Oh, he's lost a bit.
It was a little bit of wheel banging. It wasn't really... It was weird because he hit him not from the back, but kind of from while being side by side with him. But yeah, he certainly could have left Cree a bit more room, being a bit nicer to him. As Limitless is getting very close to Martin. Back Aaron there stuck behind TSR Hunter Stale in that Sauber through the final sector. That's quite interesting with the guys who started on the primes. What's that? It looked like Limitless kind of touched Martin there, but it didn't seem like Martin got it.
Yeah, I saw that as well. He got pushed slightly forward, I think. I'm watching from Hunter Stale's point of view. Here we go. A lot of... gosh, Limitless almost getting thrown into the back of that Sauber by Martin. Martin has not got DRS open, so I'm not sure why that is. But on my,
I think it did
on my perspective... Okay.
At least at the
on
end.
my perspective, he didn't. So. Cheers, game.
Consistency.
Either way, have a look at how far Yi is ahead right now.
That is huge.
Crazy.
Several seconds.
Yeah, and he didn't have that lead coming after the undercut, did he? This is just purely from them battling and having a little bit of a few touches. But actually, have a look how many cars are in this train. Obviously, we've got a few prime runners that haven't pitted yet, and we've got a certain Broshek out in front, who will be caught very quickly indeed, you'd have to say, by Yi. But right now, Broshek, I'm pretty sure will have in his mind that he wants rain to come, but I think he needs to give up on this dream right now, because although the clouds are starting to build, there's nowhere near any rain coming just yet.
Interesting Sauber battle going on into the hairpin, with Hunter Stale being overtaken by his teammate Obit Pride, who obviously has pitted, unlike Hunter Stale. All these guys having to work their way through the prime runners now. Hunter Stale kind of becoming a bit of an obstacle for quite a few of these guys. Yeah,
what I was going to say actually, in regards to Martin and Limitless, is now, because both of them obviously very, veteran racers. They've been around here a lot. Are they going to work together to catch Yi, as we have Broshek in the pits now, and Limitless
Hunter Stale as well,
moving it to the inside of Martin to take what is, it is now 2nd place, and he goes up the inside, very easy, nice DRS pass. Thank you very much indeed. But yeah, what I was going to say is, that are they going to work together, use the slipstream to their advantage, or are they going to bang their wheels and start losing more time to Yi? Because I think that's going to be crucial. Because if they start to do that, obviously, I don't know how much it affects their tyre wear. Let's be honest, it's a Codemasters game, as Martin goes very wide indeed and almost onto that white line, which could have been interesting indeed. But if these guys don't work together, Yi could essentially stretch out this stint, get back onto the same tyre life as Martin and Limitless, and really bring himself into play.
Absolutely, and well, I have to say, Yi has kind of played the right strategy, because we've seen earlier in the season that undercut has been a smart thing to do. And like you said, he's also been helped out by these guys battling. Are they closing in now, though? It's annoying that we don't have the gap times between the drivers, but I feel like they're certainly not dropping off, and they will have one lap fresher tyres.
Yeah, which counts for a few tenths. And do they have safety car on in this league?
They do not, I don't think.
That's a shame. That would be good, because I never actually experienced safety cars, really. So, oh well, okay. So is that because it was unreliable?
That's what you did once at Hungary when you led the restart.
Oh yeah.
After you remember when
I remember that.
And caused the first ever safety car.
Limitless said a few choice words about you. That was quite funny. As Limitless now coming under pressure from Martin into turn 1 again. Martin and Limitless going side by side. Limitless definitely not giving up the position and keeping 2nd place for now. He used half of his KERS to maintain that position. Martin now using a little bit of KERS out of turn what will be 3 as we now come into turn 4. And Martin using about the same amount of curves as Limitless there. And they are definitely not working together. You can see that right now. Martin wants to get through. And I think, really, they should maybe just be the person behind should be saving fuel and just kind of working their way towards Yi using the slipstream and the DRS advantage. But right now, Yi is definitely being closed in on, but not particularly quickly. But towards the end of the stint, that will be where the tyre wear really does show. So I think Limitless will catch Yi, and so will Martin.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Martin is less kind of... he is more keen on battling with Limitless there possibly, because I think that Martin might be thinking of the championship, and he'd rather, if he's going to be beaten by Limitless in a fight, he'd rather be for second place than for first, possibly.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually, yeah.
But... yeah, so he mightn't actually mind.
He's in the pits.
Yeah, he's gone in.
What? Why is he in the pits?
That's super early. What's he on the options then that we didn't see?
I'm trying to cut to him to see. Yeah, he was on option tyres again.
That is really weird. Because why on earth would he do that?
I'm assuming it is. What would it be? Well, no. Yeah. So maybe he'll go for 2 10-lap stints on the primes, but that's going to be a huge stint on the primes, isn't it? 'Cause I'm pretty sure. It was 8 laps Brochek came in on. He now has to get away with 2 stops and with 10 laps apart each. Yeah, 11 laps apart each. What am I talking about? That's... Yeah. I think he's definitely signed his death warrant in terms of having another 3 stops from here on in. So...
Absolutely, I think, and yeah, he's basically locked himself to... stop around, and obviously if it starts raining as well, you can see it's actually becoming a little bit over.
Yeah, it was a very good point actually. I have to put my suntan away, so that's interesting. So Yi, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I'm trying to kind of think about what Yi's thinking right now, because I reckon he put another set of options on thinking it's going to rain, and he's kind of backfired now, because I've just seen a spot of rain. I don't know if you have.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely raining a bit here.
I think if he'd have gone on another set of options, it would have worked out nicely for him. But we don't have that now. He's on another set of primes, so that may well have put Yi completely out of contention. However, we now have the 2 guys out in front. Limitless actually pulling away slightly from Martin, Fisi, would you say?
Yeah, he's looking pretty good on pace, isn't he? Martin's still within the DRS range, though, so you probably won't be too concerned just yet. But yeah, Limitless looking very strong on pace, which is, I wouldn't say weird, because we know Limitless is such a fast driver, but considering Martin was 6/10 faster in the qualifying. Well, obviously on different conditions, because it was in.
However, those conditions are about to come. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Martin's
you still have to wonder if Martin may be the favourite in the race.
Exactly. Who knows? They may have found some sort of wet setup. I don't think there was a wet setup on this game. Pretty sure everything was pretty much the same, barring brake pressure. But what I have to say actually is Orbit Pride and TSR Unleashed are very much still with it in this race in terms of fighting. Because if Martin and Limitless have a little bit of a scrap, someone runs wide or whatever, these 2 are definitely there to pounce, especially now with these trickier conditions coming in as well. So it's definitely not just a 2-horse race for this victory. And I think Yi has definitely put himself out of contention, because I don't think... Oh, I don't know, because what? They would have picked... No, because they're going to have to pit again, surely.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is... what Yi really needs right now is for all these guys to pit again before the rain comes.
Yeah, definitely.
If they do, then it might have worked out.
Because right now, because they pitted maybe, end of lap 6 from the options, I think it was. So that necessarily, if we're going to go by Brochek's prime stint, but obviously he would have done a qualifying lap, I'm thinking lap 15, that's when the tyres start to go off pretty dramatically. So, and I don't think the rain comes in too quickly on this game, but I think it will probably come in around lap 16, 17. So I think you'll probably not see these guys come in.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really just depends for you now how long this rain takes to really kick in and lose these guys' grip. Because yeah, if they don't go in, he's completely messed himself over. That's the thing. He's gone for a huge risk with that strategy he's gone. I don't know if maybe he just made a mistake by putting the options on the second stint. We don't really know, but I would assume not, because it's hard to make a mistake like that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look then and see. So right now, we've still got the first 2 very much in close proximity. Martin has definitely closed the gap to Limitless, even though they're both, obviously he's got the use of DRS, but they are both on the same tyre life. Then you've got 3rd and 4th, again very much close in proximity, so those guys could also be using the DRS to their advantage if they could. And we've got some guys coming... No, they've carried on. Sorry, it was because I was looking at 4th place. It looked like they'd dived into the pits, but they haven't. So...
yeah, not indeed. Here comes Martin now for the lead, actually, just while you're looking back there. Martin up the inside with DRS, quite an easy pass by the looks of it, if he doesn't mess up the braking. Martin up into the lead with the inside line to turn 1. Leads to be a little bit harder on the curve though, and Limitless goes straight up the inside and through the long turn 3 here. And it's got a better line, but Martin just empties the curse tank to get ahead again on the outside though, and they're going to be so close together through turn 4. Oh, don't want to be going on the grass. Martin now with the inside for the next corner. What's going to happen, man?
Oh, so Martin up the inside. They're still side by side. Limitless has 2/3 of his curves left, which might be crucial for this battle. But they're still side by side going into this left right now. Limitless much later on the brakes. And there's a slight touch on his left rear from Martin, which could have been absolutely catastrophic here. But Limitless gets away with it. Martin has to settle back into 2nd place. And Limitless saving his curves. So he might well be able to defend down the pit straight, but the rain is definitely coming down. I don't know if they've had much of effect on their driving style just yet, but I think in the next lap or so, the rain is definitely going to start to affect it. As actually looking back down the field now, I thought 3rd and 4th of Orbit Pride and TSR Unleashed had a big gap to the guys behind, but now they don't. Now Leobot is definitely closing in on 3rd and 4th. I'm not sure what strategy Leobot is on right now, but... you might want to cut back to the leaders, but I think...
Is there anyone on the options right now?
No, I've had a look at top 5. None of them are on the options. Broshek isn't either. Then you've got Yi, neither is he, obviously, as we discussed.
What position is he in?
7th. Jason in 8th.
Okay.
You've got Lest F1, the first man to pit. I think it's a bit too early, fella. I think you're maybe a lap too early, because I think that he's going to burn his inters out like no tomorrow, and then he'll have to pit again.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
No, he's going on to option tyres. He's going on to option tyres. Very interesting.
Maybe the tyre wear of these primes are just really coming towards the end and he just couldn't keep the car in control anymore.
I think that is probably quite telling for the guys in front as well. If we've got someone going into the pits for options, it's kind of showing how much people are actually struggling right now. And as you can see on the mini-map, Fisi, 3rd and 4th are definitely coming under pressure from Leobot now and whoever's in 6th place.
Absolutely. And actually, go quickly back to the scoreboard to see that is Broshek in 6th and then you got Yi, as you mentioned, in 7th. Jason 8th, Chris X Stars 10th, Hunter Stale now in... Chris X Stars 9th, sorry, Hunter Stale in 10th.
It's interesting. So, obviously Limitless and Martin still very much have a big gap to 3rd place, but there's going to be a huge... Leobot must have started on primes, possibly, and then... I can't remember where Leobot qualified, to be honest. Let's have a look. Leobot qualified in 8th place. So, possibly... let's have a look at the race director actually very quickly. You carry on, Fizzy. I'll just have a look at the race director and see when he pitted.
Yeah. I'm just seeing Limitless not coming under pressure from Martin on this occasion down the main straight, managing to defend quite well.
Sorry, no, Leobot, no, definitely. Oh, there's someone going up the inside.
Oh!
Into turn 1.
Big battle for 4th. Unleashed just got passed by Broshek, I believe. And there's a Toro Rosso there. Is that Leobot in 6th? I believe possibly pressure him as well as Yi is now coming on to attack on Leobot up in the inside of turn 4. And he's made that an easy move. Obviously Yi on much fresher tyres at this point. And all these guys, and he's gone for the dive bump on Unleashed as well in turn 5.
That is close. Yi now side by side with the Red Bull, but using some of his curves. Another bit of wheel banging going on, but it gets into 5th place. And Yi right now is looking like in the pound seats. If it doesn't get too wet right now, he's definitely going to get back up into 3rd. However, I was just going to say about Leobot, no, he started on the options as well, so he is no fresher than any of the other guys. He's just got more pace right now. As we've got a Sauber going a little bit wide at the hairpin as well, as Broshek now challenging that Sauber of, I'm pretty sure that is...
That's Orbit Pride, who's up in 3rd place. That is a lot higher than the positions he's been challenging for so far this season.
Yeah, Orbit's been
very
pretty solid
race
right now, actually. He's been in 3rd for most of the race, actually. So he's definitely outperforming his expectations right now. But it's getting very tight through that last corner as Broshek now and Orbit Pride now going side by side down the straight. Fortunately for Broshek, he has the DRS and he is pulling away. And Yi as well has DRS, which he's going to fly up the inside. Orbit Pride loses 2 positions. And Yi now, on those fresher prime tyres, is flying in these conditions. And he should possibly get past Broshek as well. He took a much wider line, which means he can then get on the power much earlier. Now up the inside of Broshek into turn 4. They're going to be side by side. But with that fresher fresher tyres, Yi should get on the power earlier. However, Broshek still up the inside, and Broshek sliding, almost making contact with Yi there, but Yi could not get the move done, which is interesting to see. And Broshek very defensive into this next left-right-hander. Yi just having to follow through. There's no way through here, I'm afraid. Neither through this right-hander, but he will have DRS coming through here. Can he follow in the dirty air? He can indeed, and he's got no curse to use, but he might try up the inside into this hairpin. Broshek not going defensive, and Yeet settling back into... Well, actually, no, Broshek actually outbroke himself a little bit. And
he was considering the dive bomb there, I think, but he's gone for it. He's done it. He's just carried a lot more speed through the next corner there to take the position.
Martin diving into the pits. I don't know if he made a mistake or not, but he was a little bit behind the Limitless, actually. Maybe a second and a half coming through that chicane. So Martin diving into the pits now. I'm assuming he is going to come onto the intermediate tyres, but nobody else is actually coming into the pits right now. The top three haven't. And Martin onto option tyre.
Oh my god, yeah. No.
Codemasters, really? Come on, man. They were white striped and then they just changed to green.
There are people in the pits now behind as well, actually.
Okay, so what I would say now is to follow Limitless and see what he is like in these conditions, because right now the rain is coming down.
It is indeed. So Limitless, Broshek and Yi are the guys who have stayed out at the moment. I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone else has gone in now. Let's see how... If Limitless looks affected. Obviously, all kinds of driving looks a bit weird when you're watching from the spectator cam, but... Let's see if he goes under steering wide here. No, it's looking pretty nice through turn 9 there. Coming down into the hairpin.
Okay, so yeah, he's into the hairpin now. Managing to hit the apex. I don't know if he's very quick, though. Because Yi obviously wanting to stay out because he's on much fresher prime tyres.
Yeah, exactly. Limitless will have really worn tyres right now.
And he is closing in on Limitless very quickly, you have to say. I mean, Yi was looking in much better shape if he'd just stayed out, let's be real, because he was winning this race. But he's definitely brought himself back into contention. Limitless very slow in this last sector. Look how much Yi has gained, although he needs to stay on the track, otherwise I'm going to start to get slightly annoyed. But we're coming into the pits now, and Yi, Limitless, and of course... No, someone else has carried on for another lap. That Broshek has carried on for another lap.
Yeah.
He's going for what is essentially the overcut, so he'll have fresher intermediate
double
tyres.
Overcut.
And who is that? So let's have a look into the pits now. So
there's Martin. There's Martin. Martin's gonna head a Limitless there, and I think he's dropped him out of the DRS range as well. So Limitless giving himself once again by letting Martin have the undercut on the pit stops, giving himself a bit of work to do here in terms of catching up before he can get the DRS.
Well, bringing back some memories now from when Spain actually had a wet race, and there was Limitless and myself racing for the lead. I don't know if you remember this, Fisi, or not. I think it was
I was further down the field.
Sliding. No, sorry, I didn't mean in terms of you racing with us, Fisi. I'm sorry. That was Bahrain. That was Bahrain, mate.
My one good race with you guys.
But yeah, there was this race. I think it was season 8. I think it would have been my championship year. Sorry, just put that in there. Yeah, where Limitless and we had a pretty decent race. It'll be on my channel somewhere actually if people want to check it out. But and I think I had the fresher tyres by 1 lap, possibly 2, I'm not sure, because Limitless, I remember, pitted a lot earlier, and I found that just with those sort of 1 or 2 lap fresher intermediate and wet tyres, the pace difference was quite a lot, possibly up to half a second. So I think even though Martin has a little bit more of a buffer at the moment, you can see actually already visibly that Limitless is catching. He needs to stay on the track as well, though. This last chicane is seeming to be quite troublesome for people to stay on the track. So Limitless, obviously, the DRS range won't matter because DRS will be disabled now. But Broshek is in the pits. He's probably going to come out in about 4th place. But unfortunately for the prime runners who started this race, they have not been able to use those option tyres to their advantage. And
well, just to point out, Yi's up to 3rd. Is he on the inters? Yeah, he's on the inters, so it's actually not worked out too badly for Yi in terms of his alternate strategy there.
Yeah, well, if you remember, he was catching Limitless quite quickly, wasn't he, towards the end of that race? Stint.
Exactly.
So, in fact, if anything, Yi's actually dropped back a little bit from where he was in terms of...
obviously, it was as well in the lead, wasn't it, when he did that second pit?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. But I think he was actually quite close to Limitless after the last chicane of when they all dived into the pits, so I'm not sure if Yi's had a little bit of trouble getting used to these new conditions, although the intermediate conditions, from what I remember, weren't actually too dissimilar to dries. It's just when you change over to wets is the kind of, oh gosh, you're going very wide, dipping both of his left wheels into the gravel, and I think it's those kind of mistakes which is causing Yi to possibly lose a little bit of time to the leaders.
Yeah, and I've got a a bit of a close battle. It's a big train actually, going from... well, Brosek's got a little buffer really, but Unleashed in 5th place is having quite a train behind him. I think that's Leobot, and then Orbit Pride, and also Marusha. That would be Jason, Limited's teammate. So could see some tasty battling here possibly for 5th place down.
I'm hoping we're going to see a tasty... Hold on. Limitless is in the lead. Where's Martin? Where's Martin gone? Martin's dropped back. He's made a mistake. Martin must have made a huge mistake here that we have missed on the cameras. But Limitless has at least a 4-second lead over Martin, who must have made a huge mistake somewhere. And I'm just going to have a look at the race director. I'm assuming it was in the last sector. Let's have a look and see. Oopsie. No,
yeah, you go figure out. I wish we had replays on this. Like proper broadcast.
Don't be silly. He did a 26.5 and he did a 33 flat in the last sector, which is 4.
Oh, Martin's off again!
Oh my god.
He's gone off at turn 5! And he's now passed him up to 2nd! Martin's struggling so badly right now. I'm not really sure why, because it is on the inters, only on one lap, more one in inters compared to Impulse as well.
I don't want to be negative and horrible, but this is more the Martin that we remember from the last seasons than before. Maybe it's because he knows that this is going out worldwide on this stream. But he can't even hit an apex right now, can Martin? He is losing time hand over fist. Next stop is 4th place, which is Broshek96, who is no slouch whatsoever. And if Martin does not get his act together, he's not even going to find himself on the podium, and Limitless will be back in this championship. 31 points separate the two at the moment, but right now, I'm not thinking it's going to be any more than 15.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm quite shocked at this, to be honest, considering how good Martin was in qualifying in these exact conditions on the intermediate tyres. But yeah, as you said, the consistency just let him down, which is a thing that has not happened all season so far. It's been so consistent in the first 4 races, in the dry, mind you. But yeah, now here, once it started raining, he has just not had the best of times.
Yeah, you carry on for a second, Fisi. I'm just going to try and quickly sort out something on my computer.
Right, so I'm going to just look back to the big train from 5th down to 8th. Jason now up to 7th, so he's passed Orbit Pride on the previous lap I assume. So Orbit Pride at the tail of that scrap, and that's it's going to be downhill from Orbit Pride, considering it was in 3rd just a few laps to go before the last pit stop. But still, Orbit Pride probably happy to kind of be in the mix with these other drivers who are kind of veterans in this league. Jason and Lee, but have been around for a long time. And Unleashed in there as well, has had some podiums this season. I'm just going to check actually quickly. Unleashed has had 2 podiums so far in Malaysia and China. These are now on course for possibly another one. Actually, no, it's going to be a bit hard to get another one here actually, because there's a big gap up to where's Brochek in this?
Yeah, no, I was just sorry.
Is it Brochek in 3rd?
The reason, what? Sorry.
No, he'll be 4th now. Damn, it's so confusing.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just going to say that Twitch actually messed up for me there. I think pretty sure everybody just lost connection to it. I'm not sure if it was Twitch
really?
Or not.
Is it back now though?
Yeah, it's back now. I need to share the profile. Let me just share the streaming.
Oh, there's contact! Jason touching the back of Unleashed a little bit into turn 1 there. Doesn't seem to have lost them any time. It's still in the same position as it were. Not too bad. Looks pretty spread out, to be honest, elsewhere on the track. Oh my god, Orbit Pride's given Jason a huge push there into turn 4. Jason's managed to avoid going into the gravel there, which is good. I play to him for that. Orbit Pride surely just misjudged his braking there in terms of spotting the braking point. But there was no intent on that. I do hope that everyone's back here.
Yeah, I'm just going to put the stream out now again, just for everybody that has lost it. Okay, so I'm back now anyway. So Brochek right behind Martin now. Martin, although he seemed pretty dialed in, didn't he, at the start of for most of this race, he has seemed pretty dialed in. And then as soon as the conditions where he went 0.6 faster than anybody else in qualifying comes around, mistakes everywhere.
Absolutely, and it's now, I almost said, in the DRS range of Martin. Not going to matter in these conditions, but it's certainly getting a lot in the slipstream, using much of his curse as well. Martin's though going defensive, but Brochek still managed to grab the inside line, and he has grabbed the position from Martin. So Martin, I'm gonna say for one of the first times this season anyway, possibly the first time this season out of the podium positions. in the race.
Out of first place, you mean?
Yeah, I guess you could say. Although he was actually battling with this man Brosek for the first stint in Bahrain, but after that he was leading the whole race. So yeah, Martin in an unusual position considering the rest of the season so far.
Yeah, 100 points that he's already on. So very, very strange from Martin. Obviously, we haven't had many wet conditions races just in general over the course of the AOR history, but I'm guessing in this season as well there hasn't been any rain.
Yeah, it has not.
No, so this is new kind of territory. I'm not sure. Well, I'm pretty sure nobody does any practice for the rain. It's kind of more just wing it and see what happens. But right now we've got Limitless very much in the lead of this race, very comfortable out in front. I'm just having a look at him now, and he's coming through the last chicane, around the last corner, and looking pretty relaxed. And let's see what lap time he sets. So he's going to set a 24.2, I think that is. Let's have a look and see what Yi sets. He sets a 23.6, I think that was.
Ooh, Martin been sliding a lot. Jesus, a lot through the final corner there. I thought I was going to lose it.
Fisi was having a mental breakdown, and it says Martin sliding.
I'm not used to seeing Martin sliding like this.
So Martin sliding is a new thing for Fisi Sting. He's sliding through the second corner. Oh my God! He is losing the car everywhere. I mean, obviously going into the gravel has not helped. His tyres stay on the track, lad.
Couple of cars in the pits actually as well.
Who's that pitting? Sorry.
Not sure, but there are a few guys in, so I guess the Indus might actually be wearing out quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 8 laps to go, and right now, Brosek actually was the one that stayed out the longest, wasn't he? So he's the one in the pound seats in terms of tyre life. Limitless obviously winning by quite a hefty margin, but we'll see. I'm going to have a look at the race director and give you guys a little bit of an insight into the lap times. So yeah, 24 flat, sorry, for the last lap for Limitless. And then we have a 23.4 for Yi. Then we have Brosek, who's setting a 24 flat. So Yi right now with the pace, however, a little bit too far behind, you have to say.
Yeah, pretty much. And I've just been scrolling down through the field to see where all the action is going on. Although it's a bit split up at the moment, considering a couple of guys went into the pits, and I think that was 2 of the guys that were in that big scrap for 5th before.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if the other guys follow them in now and agree that the tyre wear is getting a bit too much for these interviews.
So 24-1 for Limitless that time round. Let's have a look and see if Yeet has been updated or if he's...
Ooh, overtake for P7.
Is he in the pits? I think he's in the pits because it hasn't come up with his lap.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of cars in the pits towards the front of the field as Leobot just passed. Who is that? Is passed actually? That is Lest F1, who also streams into the pit. Leobot and Pro.
He isn't in the pits. Sorry, it's just the race director hasn't come up with his time for some reason. Because I'm just trying to monitor how quickly he's catching him. No, he did a 24.6 that time round, so much slower from Yi. And yeah, that kind of shows that the tyre wear is definitely kicking in.
Yep. And Leobot could not get close enough to Orbit Pride to have a move there into turn 1. They've gone back up now to P5 and P6 with a few of the other guys in the pits as well. So Orbit Pride still though, even though he was down to P7, P8 actually just a moment ago. He's now back up to P5. But they have not pitted yet, I don't think. So they could actually drop down a bit after this lap.
So right now, first, second, third, very much spread out. Does Limitless dive into the pits this lap? He doesn't. Does I think he did. Yeah, he has. Sorry, I was just trying to see on the mini-map. Yeah, he's dived into the pits. So has Yeet, and I'm pretty sure Brosek will be following them in. Actually, no, does he? Oh, he does actually, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure, well, with only 7 laps to go, Brosek probably should come in, because I'm not sure the overcut would have so much of an advantage if there's only a few laps remaining. Apparently he's going on to... Oh, full wets for Brosek. Full wets.
You serious?
Yeah, full wets.
Limitless on the inters though, so that's very
on the inters as well, and Brosek is on the full wets.
Wow. I wonder
if
he's been
Martin coming down, and it's going to be side by side into turn 1. Martin on the intermediates. Brosek on the full wets. It's not right. It's the wrong choice from Brosek. He has thrown away a potential podium on tyres that just aren't working. Look at him. Are you on board with him right now?
Yeah, I am, and he is not having a good time through turn 3 there.
Oh, what a...
Nice.
Brosek, one of the guys that has done many a season, is flying off into the gravel, and he has thrown away. I mean, that's an amateur mistake from Brosek after the amount of seasons he's done in AOR.
Absolutely. That's you have to learn with Codemasters. It does take absolute ages.
It literally takes... You need a paddle boat and an oar, don't you really? Yeah. I mean... What a joke. I mean, that is crazy. I can't believe Brochek's done that. I really can't. So Martin is being gifted essentially 3 points if Brochek had beaten him, and he probably would have with those fresher tyres as well. But instead...
It's painful. It's painful to watch Brochek right now.
After that many
it's just a matter of losing as few positions as possible. Luckily for him, there's a big gap after that Ferrari of Chris X Stars. And look how he's struggling. So, but even though after pitting, he might come out again. Sorry, in the middle of that kind of towards the backpack. Towards the backpack, yes.
He's getting into a rucksack, is he? Okay. Okay, so Martin's been gifted that. Will he take some sort of, I don't know, confidence, some sort of like, okay, something's going my way now, to maybe try and catch Yi? It'll be interesting to see, as that definitely rhymes. But Martin definitely not under any sort of pressure to lose the podium position now, as Orbit Pride is trying to hang on to 4th place with Leobot chasing him down in 5th.
Have they pitted?
Sorry?
I feel like they haven't. Have Orbit Pride and Leobot pitted?
They must have. They must have.
Yeah. They're way then
I'll
ahead
check the race director.
They're way ahead of Unleashed and Jason, I believe they were with before.
They pitted at the end of lap 25, did Orbit Pride.
Okay, so I assume those guys were the ones who pitted first, actually.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So they have got the undercut.
Leobot and Orbit Pride both pitted on lap 25.
Where on earth is Unleashed gone?
Unleashed is down in 12th place right now.
Wow, he was battling for 5th.
He had, on lap 24, he had a 1 minute 55.4 lap. So
that seems
I think
tough.
he lost his front wing or something, because he had a 40.9 first sector, and he was 5 seconds off in the middle sector, and then another 5 seconds off in the last. So maybe he actually went into wets, and then
maybe he did
came back in again. Yeah, because he came into the pits again the next lap.
Yeah, because Brochek and Unleashed are now quite close on track.
Yeah, he's pitted
Brochek now P11 and Unleashed P12.
He's pitted 4. Wait, what? So why is the game's telling me that Limitless has pitted 3 times? Oh no, of course, yeah, he's pitted an extra time. And so has Unleashed, so he's on 4 as well now. So yeah, there you go.
Right, so Unleashed and Brochek probably throwing themselves out of the points in this race, unless they can make some places up. Ria Haryanto running P10, and actually, oh my goodness, the crew of Lockdown having a mare going into the pits there. So yeah, that's actually a position gain then for Brochek and Unleashed.
I don't know about everyone else watching the stream, but I love it when you see something go on and just scream. It's incredible. It's just...
I'm trying my best to stay calm.
It's hilarious. I love it.
It's not very possible.
I think everybody else loves it in the stream. If everybody else loves it in the stream, just hue Fisi or something. Just start spamming Fisi. Anyway, 4th place looks like one of the places that might have some sort of battle coming up anytime soon between Leobot and Orbit Pride.
Yep.
I'm really glad I'm not even on my... Oh no, I am. I'm there. Sorry. But yes, so we've still got 224 viewers, in fact, which is really nice.
I was going to say laps to go then. 224 laps to go.
Yeah, right. 224 laps to go.
It's an endurance
race. It's a 24-hour race.
Yeah, why not? Do that sometimes if Codemasters would let us, but they don't. So
But no, it's really nice to see so many people watching, and it's really nice to be back on the live commentary with you, Fisi, I must say. Even though it's not usually live with you, it's usually post-com, but it's still...
It's the first time we've done it like this as well, though.
Yeah, it is.
Actually been in the spectator cam, and we're kind of... It's a little bit weird when we're having different views of what's going on, so maybe you're seeing things that I don't. But yeah, I think...
Let us know, guys, in the Twitch chat if you guys have enjoyed it, if you've enjoyed the way that we've kind of co-commentated, if there's anything you think that we could do differently, and anything that we've done well as well. So just give us some sort of feedback, as we've got 3 laps to go. And Limitless is very much on his way to the first victory of the season for him, and it's round 5. I don't think he thought anyone would be saying that, really. But maybe he's going to take this and move forward into the season. Obviously, Monaco being next. Going to be quite an interesting race, I'm sure.
I love Monaco.
The wheel users.
I'm almost tempted to just
join the league. Yeah, just do it and take pole.
Yeah, just join for one race. And
well, you will on the wheel, won't you? You'll take pole and win the race, probably. So.
No, not necessarily. To be honest, I haven't driven this game for almost as long as you, to be honest. So, I don't know how I do these days. But...
Just want to point out, Martin is actually catching you quite a bit, if you have a look at the mini-map. But I think he's going to run out of laps. Actually, hold on. I think 4th place is looking pretty tasty. Orbit Pride has saved
Martin's by himself.
half of his KERS around the final corner. How much has Leobot got? He's got a little bit as well, so he's going to be in the slipstream. I don't think he's going to have much of a look into turn 1. However, he is in the slipstream, but he is saving his curves. So Leobot may well look into the next time round the final corner, or possibly for the last lap, actually, because you never want to be that car going into turn 1 when there's a car behind you on the final lap, because obviously the slipstream effect is reasonable on this game, and you kind of want to be the car following, don't you, really?
Yeah, kind of. It would be more of the case of wanting to follow if you got DRS, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
maybe a little bit less of an advantage. As someone's in the pits.
Yeah. Well, again,
from 7th place
now. It's just all over the place.
Why is someone in the pits when there's only a few laps remaining? I have to say.
7th. So that would possibly be Jason.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says 8th place now, so it's less F1. He's in the pits.
Okay, interesting. That's quite. Yeah, because he qualified quite well, didn't he? P6, I believe it was. And then now
qualified.
Just,
Yeah, P6. Yeah.
He's definitely had his best qualifying of the other season, but not gone really his way in the race.
Point out, sorry, that the only person that has a penalty is Cryo Lockdown, who's in 12th place at the moment with a 10-second penalty.
Good to know.
And it doesn't tell me the incidents because Codemasters, but.
Oh, Leibot's sliding a bit through the final chicane then. Not going to be really close enough this time either. And Career Like that actually takes a lot of grass around the final corner. I think Leibot's is struggling a bit with possibly some grip. Obviously, these two were the first to go in for the last stop on these intermediates. And Leibot really seems to be struggling a bit with his lines right now.
You just carry on commentating. I'm just going to have a look at the Twitch chat, see what people are saying.
Right. So, as you've mentioned, the top 3 kind of spread out. Limitless and Yi and Martin kind of in a world of their own right now. So this is, I guess, the closest battle inside the top 10 anyway, that we're watching right now. Leibot just trying to chase down Orbit Pride as we are on the penultimate lap, actually. I'm just going to check, because Orbit Pride definitely having his best race of the season. Frenchman in the Sauber. Every time there's a Frenchman in this league, he's in the Sauber. Had 2 in season 18. But, because Orbit Pride's best result so far this season is 7th. That was on the second race in Malaysia.
Oh,
that was
wow.
also the only time he scored points this season. So he's now on course for a really impressive race for him, with 4 points, not 4 points, for 4th place as it stands. Anything fun in the chat, Matt?
Yeah, I'm just having a look and reading through. Seems like everyone's pretty much enjoying it. I'm not really seeing many sort of improvements or anything like that at the moment. We've still got 222 people watching, despite not much action going on. So,
nice.
Cheers, guys, for that.
Yeah, there was more action in the last few laps in the Bahrain race last time out, when there was a bit of controversy with the Limitless and Brochek. There was some contact, and speaking of enjoying the race, I don't think Lee was enjoying this too much right now. He's all over the place. He looks like... Remember when that lap when Martin was just sliding all over the place? That's basically Leibot right now. And he is being caught a little bit. He's dropped way off Orbit Pride right now, and he's being caught by Jason and Chris X Stars. I have to say, Chris X Stars as well in the Ferrari. Having a very impressive race, because his best result is 8th. He's now in P7, and that's also his only points finished so far. But you are on the final lap, actually. I believe I'm going to go and find, actually, Limitless.
Yeah, I'll come. I'm back now for the final lap. So it looks like, actually, Limitless is... Yeah, he's in the last sector of the last lap, and it's been... Well, it wasn't an easy race for him. He was very close with Martin until Martin decided that he didn't want to stay on the track anymore and wanted to visit the gravel. But anyway, round the final corner comes TRL Limitless in his Marussia, and he is going to take his first victory of the season and only the second winner of this league, and he is going to take the 25 points into Monaco, and a fantastic result for Yi. I believe that was,
second place is best of the season.
Yeah, fantastic. And Martin's going to come home in 3rd. Pretty lucky, in fact. He probably should have been down in 4th, but Orbit Pride is now got only a few corners to go, and he's actually not under pressure at all now. It seems like... Was it Leobot? Was it Leobot? I think it was pressuring him. But it seems like his tyres have maybe gone off or he's made a mistake. But anyway, Orbit Pride
was really struggling
coming round the final corner, and he's going to take a fantastic 4th place and the best result, as you said, for him this season. And if the spectator cam doesn't want to let me down, it is going to let me down hugely. So I can't see who's 5th, 6th.
It often does that, but I'm watching Brochek right now. I come around the final corner for P8, and I assume Leibot held on for P5 then as well. And
he did, yes.
Been having Jason in 6th.
No, Chris X Stars actually came 6th.
Oh! Battle for 10th! Rio Rianto! And is that Creo lockdown? Possibly. I think it must be, because Leibot's already finished. And Creo's lockdown just about got the move on the final. Oh, my God! He slowed down! Oh! What?
He's got a penalty anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But
oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
But either way, Fantastic.
Not
Well, someone's
slow
already pressed
down
A. Let's quickly recap. Tiro Limitless wins.
Oh, yeah.
Yi 22 in second. Tiro Martin finishing the podium positions. Orbit Pride in a fantastic fourth place. Learbot in fifth. Chris X Stars sixth. Jason 97 F1 seventh. Brayshak 8th. Lest F1 ninth. Nero Harry 10th. And then that doesn't really matter because everyone else didn't get any points. So
that was all the points, Corey. You did.
yeah. So that was a pretty fun race, you have to say. Limitless getting out of his car. This sweaty man. He has won this time out.
Finally,
the Spanish Grand Prix. Love the fact that we had to finish this race with a cheeky little scream. And guys, I hope you've really enjoyed this round 5 Spanish Grand Prix. I will try and do as many commentaries as I can. This has literally been the first time I've been around for a Sunday evening, so hopefully I'll be able to do Monaco, which should be just a massive crash fest. And
been too busy partying with the F1
yeah,
stars.
too busy with Rosberg and the likes. So, but guys, that has been pretty much it. Fizzy, do you want to say anything at all?
No, well, just what you said. Really, thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, it's been another interesting race. You know, quite a bit of battling in the first part of the race, and then it kind of spread out a bit. But that's what happens.
That's racing.
No,
we had
racing.
enough overtaking, I'm pretty sure, in this race. It was boring, and especially with
and some rain for the first time of the season.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, and I'm sure. Are you planning to be here for the next one? Do you think?
Well, we'll see if I'm around. I think I'm around, so I'll let you know. But if I am, I will definitely do it. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to a few of you in the Twitch chat if you stay around. But apart from that, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yep. See you next time, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.